Well, the first one of these big ones I pulled in a while. And one thing I noticed immediately is it sure does ride good. But I was just walking around getting another look at it before I get on the road. Going to Sefner, Florida. Tell me this right here. To have a screw in the tire, that is about the only way that it could turn out good. What the heck? Anyway, has something to do with that. We'll look the rest of them over really good, make sure they're all still up, so why it's a good idea to go around and kick your tires multiple times a day, because you don't never know when you'll miss something like that. Don't really know how I caught that, but we'll call it experience, but it's probably just luck. I'm gonna say probably definitely luck. Good place for that. Now, one place I was worried about last night, or I noticed, is right there. But maybe they won't say nothing. The rest of it looks good back here. That's amazing to me. Look here. I had to get some pliers to get this out, but God almighty, all kind of crap stuck in the tires on this one. Well, it's always good to keep like a little Leatherman tool or something like that around. There it is. This is getting toward the top of Elizabethtown Hill, and I was just watching my temperatures, and I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with how this thing's handling this trailer. 39-foot tri-axle coming up the hill. The exhaust gas temperatures around 1150, the engine coolant temperatures at 204. Hasn't even kicked the engine fan on, and yeah, I'm just really happy with that. So I just topped out Elizabethtown Hill in Kentucky, right here just north of Glendale, and about to stop and get something to eat. And this thing, I forgot how good these big trailers, these big tri-axles actually pull. This thing has made my truck ride like a Cadillac. Just unreal. I guess the 3 axles supporting the weight up underneath it better and kind of keeping it guided in the right direction and all that. I don't know what it is, but it rides really good. So I'll stop in Glendale, then I'll stop again in Nashville, get fuel, and then I got last night was a really long night, and I didn't get to bed till really late this morning actually, and woke up really late today, so I'm gonna be driving really late tonight. So I was gonna say, a friend of mine, you know, when I started making the videos, I had been watching another friend making videos on homestead and stuff, and then, you know, I started making the videos, and then my friend, Mr. Tennessee, you know, he saw me making the videos and he wanted to get started. Well, there's another gentleman that was a subscriber of his that has started doing RV transport, and he has posted his first video. I gotta say, when I looked at his first video, I wish that would have been my first video. I thought he did excellent, and I'm going to share his information in the description if y'all want to check him out. I'm really anxious to see what he comes out with next. You know, I thought it was exceptionally well for his first video. You know, the information that he gave out on, kind of coming from a newbie's perspective, is I think the way he put it. But yeah, his name is Eric. Seems to be a really good guy. If y'all want to check him out, and if you do check him out, don't forget to hit the subscribe. It means a lot. But yeah, we're headed on down to Sefner, Florida. I'm hoping to get there by 3 o'clock tomorrow evening. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I've kind of got a busy week when I get home. And then eventually I'm going to have to start running the Californias again. The Floridas, I'm really enjoying running Florida back to back. That's awesome. You know, leave on Sunday night and get home Wednesday morning. And then take the rest of the week off. That's great. That's like banker's hours in trucking. I made a video not long ago and it got copyright. I can't remember what they call it, whether it's a strike or a claim or whatever, but it got a copyright notification on it saying that I didn't need to use that music. So I had to delete the video and put different music on it, because when I made the video and edited the video, I edited it for music to be there. And it's really hard to change up whenever you don't have anything, you know, when something like that happens. So then I went and got another, some more music and put on it. And one of those songs got a copyright strike. So I'm trying out a service called Artlist. And I had to pay for it. So seeing as I had to come out of my pocket for it, I'm going to use it. So I hope you guys like the music. I like the music. I actually think they got really good music. And if you're a creator and you want to check them out, one thing I like about it, you don't have to purchase it to try it. You can actually go to their website and click on a song you think you might like, look through it and see if there's anything on there that you do like. And if there is, then at that point you have to pay the subscription before you actually can use the song in your video. But you can listen to it all day long. I think you can actually download it to place it in the video. But I've been doing a lot of studying on where to get copyright free music that's going to actually be copyright free and not get you claims. And that seemed to be one of the most popular places, that and Epidemic Sound. And I have my reasons for going with this one. And when I clicked on the link, the referral link that of the videos that I've got the best information from, I got 2 months free. And if you click my referral link down there, we'll both get 2 months free. I don't care if anybody clicks the link or not, but if you, and I don't figure a lot of you guys are even interested in that, but if you are and you're a creator and you make YouTube videos or Instagram posts or anything like that, you might want to check them out. And if enough people ask questions about it, I'll make a video on that separate. But for right now, I'm going to eat. Another brake check coming off Mount Eagle Mountain. I had someone ask me, it's been a while back, about using the engine brake on the Duramax or really any truck. Watch the potholes coming out of here. They can swallow your leg. But anyway, the speed limit for trucks coming down a mountain, if I remember correctly, is, let's see, you see it right over there, it's 35. If you're between 75 and 80,000 pounds, you gotta read that, and I barely caught a glimpse of it, and I'm so used to being in a actual 18-wheeler. I just always go by that. Anyway, starting off the mountain, I set my cruise at 45 miles an hour because that's where I want to be. Set my cruise, engine brakes on, letting the truck do its own thing. 90% of the time, unless I run in behind another vehicle, another truck, I don't have to touch the brake. Now, this being a larger than usual trailer, I've never tried to come all the way off Mont Eagle without touching the brake. But so far, it's doing an excellent job holding the truck back. So, and I assume everybody knows what the runaway truck ramp's for, but if you lose your brakes and you can't go, that's like super soft sand, and when you go into it, it'll slow you down because your tires will sink into the sand. But it will, I've seen trucks go into those things, and when the truck sinks on an 18-wheeler, it drags the fuel tanks off, can rip the front axle out from under the truck, does all kind of damage to the truck to hit one of those ramps. But there it is right off to the left going up the hill. Now, the truck is downshifted. Its RPMs are at 3,000 RPM. The cruise is set, and it's going to hold itself right here all the way down. It's got me at 42 miles an hour. And that's just on the engine brake. I haven't touched the brake since we pulled out. And I use the engine brake a lot. If I'm out west and I'm on my way back and I'm running 75 miles an hour and I'm out on the open interstate, I turn the engine brake on, even empty. That way, if something does happen and I do need to hit the brakes and slow down, it'll slow me down faster. It'll help with the brakes. I also, like whenever I'm getting off, if I know that I need to be slowing down ahead of time with enough time to think about it, I will actually use the controller for the trailer brakes and use the trailer brakes to slow me down. That way I'm not burning up my brakes. But coming off a mountain like this, especially if I get out west and I'm in hard mountains, I always run with my cruise set off the mountain, just let the truck do its own thing. To me, I think it does a great job. And I've still not hit the brakes. We're over halfway down Mont Eagle. But now if I take the cruise off, the engine brake, it still works and it's still effective. But to me, it just doesn't work as good. If you set the cruise coming off the hill and just let it do its own thing, and if you want to slow down a little bit more, just bump the cruise down. If it's too slow, like right now I've got it set at 45 and it's got me holding at 42, I guess that's just a sweet spot. If I wanted to speed on up, I just bump the cruise up. But keep in mind, I'm already running 3,000 RPM, and I don't want the engine sitting out there winding up any higher than it's got to. So I would rather go just a little bit slower and come off just a little bit easier. That way I'm not turning those high RPMs. We still haven't touched the brakes. This is still running on the engine brake, and we're pretty much at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is start bumping the accelerate button, and you'll hear the engine run up, and there it shifted, 57, 58. I'm just going to keep bumping the cruise up until I'm back up to 68 mile an hour where I've been set at most of the night. Well, we made it into Florida. I made it down to Unity, Georgia last night and stopped, slept, and by the time my hours got right and everything, I was not going to have enough time to deliver. By the time my 10 hours was up, I had a chance to leave. I was going to get there about an hour late. So looks like we're camping out down here for the night tonight. But the good thing is I'll get here early. Now, if you see this agriculture inspection station coming up right here on the right, it's not a scale. It's a agriculture inspection station. Now, in all honesty, I'm going to bypass it. We're not supposed to, that I know of. But I pulled in multiple times and I asked them, so pulling the new campers, do I need to stop? Would you rather me do stop or don't stop? And he said, you're not hauling anything agriculturally related, so you're actually just holding up my line, but legally you're supposed to stop, so I can't say anything. But there's no, he said, I'm not going to say anything if you don't stop. And I've gotten that from 2 or 3 of those guys. So, but as far as I know, to the best of my ability, if you get another guy that feels like everybody should come through, you can get in trouble. But after 2 or 3 of the guys, and one actually asked me what I was, he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm pulling in to see if you need to check me for agricultural stuff. He said, you don't need to be here. He gone, kind of acting like it aggravated him I was there in the first place. So pulling the campers, I don't. When I used to pull flatbed, I would pull in. Most of the time, you just hand them a copy of the paperwork in the window. They make a copy of it. And I got the same thing. I was on my way out of Florida, one down 95, and went into the agricultural checkpoint, and I pulled up with an empty flatbed, and he said, why are you stopping when you're empty? I said, because the sign says all commercial vehicles. It doesn't say anything about loaded or empty vehicles. He said, I get that, but I'm not going to say anything if you don't stop. If you're empty, like car haulers and all that stuff. And I said, the sign says I need to stop though. And he said, right. I said, the next officer working may feel differently. He said, and I understand that, but I'm not going to say anything if you don't stop. So, kind of rolled the dice on that one, I guess. And the only reason that I didn't pull on through there today is because the line is usually backed out on the road. Especially I went over on 95. I mean, if they were open, if it was a clear line, I would pull in anyway. But when I would pass them and it was like that one back there, if it was 75% full or better, so most time I'll just flip a quarter and go on. But anyhow, I'm trying to decide where to stay tonight. There's a Flying J right next to where I deliver, but I don't want to get down there and not be able to get a parking spot. I've never stayed there before. There is Wildwood. There's the TA truck stop and the Chrome shop that I haven't been into forever, that I used to go into all the time. I-75 Chrome shop. If you guys are into big truck stuff and you had never been in there, you got to stop and check them out. And I've not been in there in probably 2 years. They had just put up, it used to be free to park, but they had a bunch of people that were parking, not coming in, buying, spending any money whatsoever, just parking there overnight. So they did put the gates up, and I think it cost, the last time I was in there, it cost $12 first 2 hours are free, and after that it cost $12 to stay over 2 hours. Or you could go in and buy a t-shirt. You can buy $12 worth of merchandise and get through the gate as well. It may have changed since then, but what I would do is I would go in and park for the night, because there was always plenty of parking. There was even more parking after they put the gates up, because nobody wanted to pay that. I'd get up the next morning, go in, take a shower. That would give me mine. It was like, I think it was $12 for a shower, 12 or 15 or something. It was, the shower would barely cover the parking, so that way I didn't have to worry about that. So that was a good deal. I may stop there tonight. And right across the street from the Chrome shop, kind of in the corner, it's on the side of the road that the TA's on. It's right past the TA on the right. There's Danny's Bar, and they used to have pretty decent food. I haven't been in there in a couple of years either, but I don't know, decisions, but kind of aggravated I didn't get unloaded earlier, or didn't get unloaded today, didn't get an earlier start, but it's what it is. But overall, it has been an extremely good ride. I mean, I was really worried after finding that stuff in the tires yesterday that I was going to wind up with a low tire, or there was going to be a screw that I missed just laying up in the tread of the tire, and as I started driving, it would flip it over and stick in the tire. Now, I've been working on editing a video that is kicking my butt. If it does come out, it won't be in the next couple of days, but if it does come out, it's where I wash the radiator out in the truck. And I figure y'all saw the ones on the transmission cooler lines. I recorded all that video in one day, but I didn't get to, I edited the one because I felt like it was more important, and then the other one just kind of fell back. But I did want to say, just cleaning those cores out, just spraying the foam cleaner on, spraying the foam cleaner on the air conditioning condenser mostly, because that's all you can get to without taking everything apart, and letting it sit and washing it out made a massive difference in the temperature on this truck. I mean, that's what, September will be 3 years I had this truck. I had never done that before, and all of the grime and the dust and the dirt and the bug guts and, you know, that road salt, a lot of the road salt we drive through has kind of got an oily, greasy feel to it if you get it on you. So that stuff's getting stuck in the radiator, and then dirt and stuff collecting to that. It was pretty bad. I imagine it would cool even better if I would actually take it all apart and clean them out one at a time. And that's what I wanted to do. And I also was wishing that I could have came in from the back side and washed it back out the same side it came in from. But just trying to, in the sake of hurrying up and trying to get it done, you know, something's better than nothing kind of thing. I just sprayed it on the front on the air conditioning condenser, because that's the first core that it passes through to get to the radiator, and if it's not clean, the rest of it's not going to matter. And I saw how bad the cooling fins were on that air conditioning condenser, and that bothers me, but it had been cooling a whole lot better. I know coming up through Florida, about 6 weeks ago, empty, I was running 204 degrees. It was 85 degrees outside. Today it is 84 degrees outside, which has been trying to rain off and on. And my engine coolant temperature is running 199 degrees, pulling a 16,000 pound fifth wheel down the road. To me, that's massive. Now it just dropped to 195. It kind of rises and falls with the hills, but knowing that I was running 204 empty in 84, 85 degree weather, that's a big difference. To me, that's a massive difference. So, something to check. Anyways, I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna park for the night and try to get some paperwork done, some editing done, and a couple of little projects I'm working on, and I'll probably see you guys in the morning when I deliver. Well, got here this morning, early this morning. There was 3 other people in line before me, and there she is. So we got that delivered, and now headed home. So I have made it home. I left a few hours late on Sunday. I left a lot later than I had planned on. I was trying to leave Sunday morning, and I actually didn't get to leave until Sunday afternoon late. So those few hours costed me being able to unload Tuesday to having to wait until Wednesday. So a few hours does affect your whole timeline once you get going, because of the, you know, having to log certain ways and stuff like that. But that load, the triaxle toy hauler, it paid $1.91. That was $2,223 gross. I spent $1,075 in fuel, and when I say that, I had enough in my truck to get me to Glendale, Kentucky. I stopped and fueled in Glendale, went on up, got the trailer, went all the way back down to Sefner, and came back up to Riddick, and I bought enough in Riddick, Florida to get me all the way home and then back up to Glendale. So that's the $1,075. And that left me $1,148 to go to the bank after my fuel, which I feel like 4 months ago, that would have been about $1,300 to the bank after my fuel. I'm pretty sure I ran those before, and that's about what I brought in off of them. So the high fuel prices still sting, but it paid the bills this week. But because I've been running Floridas and I need more than $1,100 a week to pay the bills, I've just kind of been taking a break. I have taken to California, and it's a little short 25 footer. You know, we'll see how that works out. But I'm going to leave in the morning to go pick it up. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Next one will be headed to California. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.